Welcome to the Expert Talks by Kalkine TV. I'm Sage. Today's guest is Mr Omran Al Habbal, the CEO and the Forward Program Director at Birmingham Enterprise Community. Do you have a great tech idea that you think could create a new tech startup but don't have the resources or perhaps the knowledge of how to get it off the ground? Well, you're not alone. The Birmingham Enterprise Community is an award-winning organisation that supports a global community of entrepreneurs and businesses through a range of programs and initiatives that support these entrepreneurs from the concept phase all the way through to supporting high-growth scale-ups. So keep watching to find out more. Excited to bring you live today Mr Omran Al Habbal, CEO and the Forward Program Director, which we'll hopefully find out more about, at Birmingham Enterprise Community. Welcome to the show, Omran.
Hi Sage, thank you for welcoming me today.
Well, we're very keen to hear your insights, Omran. You have travelled extensively, gaining valuable knowledge in the establishment of tech startups globally, and with your wide breadth of knowledge, we believe you'd have some valuable insights to share. So let's get started. You've had first-hand experience with entrepreneurs across the world, helping them develop their ideas. What are your thoughts on the circular economy? We're interested to hear, Omran.
Okay, actually, this year we kicked off the year with a program about circular economy and sustainability. I think it is the future, and when we launched the project, we got 8 times the numbers that we expected, which shows you that there is there's a gap in the market. There's a need for knowledge, knowing more about the circular economy, how it works. And it's becoming more of not only knowing why we should be sustainable or why we should follow the circular economy, but it's about how to put the knowledge into practice and implement it in the businesses and the startups that we build. Because at the end, we have limited resources of everything. You've just mentioned that not everyone has all the resources, and on planet Earth, we have limited resources as well. So we need to make sure that we use those resources over and over again rather than consuming them and losing them.
That's great. I think the world really appreciates smart people who are able to think outside the square, find the problems, but turn them into reasons to be, giving people purpose and responsibility. And I think it's solutions-based, these tech startups I'm finding these days. Is your enterprise, Birmingham Enterprise Community, a not-for-profit, Omran?
Well, we are CIC, so it's a community interest company, which is a mix between the non-for-profit and the limited liability company. So any profit the company makes can reinvest the majority of it into the business again, so we can serve the community. And with this structure as well, there is an accountability by the stakeholders. So none of the directors at Birmingham Enterprise Community, for example, have the power to stay in the organizations if they are not working toward the interest of the community. The accountable body of the community interest company, legally, they have the power to get them off the company if they are not working towards the best interest of our community. And that's why we chose this specific structure, because it gives us the flexibility to serve wider community using the advantage of both structures, the NGOs and the limited liability.
It's a fantastic hybrid model there. Sounds it sounds like it gives accountability to everyone involved and makes them feel like they're really playing an important part in the organisation, which sounds great. So I'm noticing we've been through a pandemic era and there have been so many new startups, really opportunities evolving in deliveries and other things that you're probably finding in the circular economy. And in your opinion, which industry have you noticed thriving the best this year and creating a lucrative space for startups?
Well, I've been asked this question last week, and I think it's the industry that whoever the building the business is good at. So I wouldn't say there's a specific industry, because at the end there is always a space for innovation. There is always a space to do better in a service or a product that we have in the market. So we can usually people say it's tech industries, or like we're going to be talking about the metaverse or the NFT is coming out now. But at the end, you can at the same time see that there is clothing companies making, like, being unicorns and competing with the giants around the world. So I would say the industry that you are good at, you have access to, you know the right people in it, it would be your industry to go into this year. The idea is to take action on the things that you are good at. So I wouldn't say there is a specific industry. Of course, there's a lot of focus into or resources being deployed into the sustainability that you've just said. So anything going into sustainable impact is favorable. There's the edtech and the midtech and the agri-tech, and again, it's all to make an impact and build better future communities and societies.
Yes, it's great to see that people who've had to have a bit of a sea change because of the pandemic are using some of their transferable skills and applying them to help the circular economy and other parts of industry that have openings or have been thriving through this downturn. So by the end of 2021, you received several awards, Omran. Congratulations. What makes Birmingham Enterprise Community distinctive in the market, according to yourself?
Well, I think because we are friendly and we like to work with everyone. So we are an independent organization. So in our sector, in this market, being independent gives you the flexibility to be working with everyone and to collaborate with everyone. And when you going with an open mind and to work with others in your industry, that's gonna expand your resources. That's gonna build the trust between yourselves and even those who might be your competitors, and that will raise your stake in the market, I think. And of course, Birmingham Enterprise Community was created by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs, and whenever we are working with a business or a startup or an entrepreneur with just an idea, we work with them and we open their minds to collaborate with others as well. So we do not put restrictions on them of working with whoever can provide value for them. We will direct them on their way. And I think this is what set us apart, having this independency and flexibility to be working with everyone and building strong relationships with everyone in the market and in the industry.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing your insights there. So we've found that the work arena is evolving. It's becoming more remote. We're finding that there's more opportunities to tweak processes, automate it, make it more technological. According to you, what are the key factors determining the success of a startup business, Omran?
Key factor for success for a business. I would say, having the right people around them and be open-minded for advice. You've just mentioned saying that if you have an idea and you would like to start on, organizations like Birmingham Enterprise Community can provide you with the knowledge that you need. Even myself, when I first graduated from the business school, I thought, like, I have all the knowledge I need. I know everything in business and I can start a business right away, knowing the game. But it's not the case. You need to look for support, have a mentor, look at what you need as an infrastructure for your business in real world, regardless of your university studies, for example. It's really important to know that learning from the others' mistakes is very important. So if you get yourself with the right people who have the right mindset of building businesses, or they have built businesses before, that's gonna give you an advantage. Sometimes there is the mistake where people think, I have the product that is the best in the market, the best idea, and I just need, for example, the funding to do it, or the money, or the investment. It's not the best idea yet. To be the best idea, you need to be committed to it and put in the effort first, showing others that you are committed to build this next big thing, so you can attract people to be working with you. So I would say commitment and having the right people around you, the right team.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. We're starting to wind up the discussion now. Diversification can sometimes help to keep a company buoyant. However, at the startup stage, what are your thoughts on diversification? Do you think it's better to hone in on one angle when you're a startup?
When you are a startup, when you first start, anyway, when you start your business, you're going to find yourself going in multiple directions. So you might try like this product and then change it to another. And this service, and add this as a complementary, and you're going to be testing and experimenting and then pivoting again. So I would say at the start, there's going to be a lot of diversification. At the start, you might find yourself doing a lot of things, and it's okay, because entrepreneurship and startups is about building things, testing them, get a feedback, and improve. So there is nothing wrong about diversification at the start, but have in your mind that at some point you need to channel things, you need to make things clear, you need to decide which way you are moving forward, as you said, because once you've decided on this, you can build the processes to automate and include technology that's right for the path that you are following.
Sure, thank you so much. So lastly, Omran, what's going on with Birmingham Enterprises Community for the focus? Where are you headed in 2022? We're keen to find out.
Well, 2022 it's going to be an interesting year. To be honest, we have high hopes for this year to even expand the business bigger. We are going to be working closely with the scale-ups. And we're going to be encouraging more building relationships between the businesses that we work with. So we want to, let's say, because we work internationally as well, we want to expand that, and we already have some relationship with Australia building there. We want to have businesses, let's say, in Australia working with businesses in the UK, exchanging knowledge. We want to facilitate more of those introductions and relationships. And as you know, we are sector agnostic, so we want to make sure, even if different sectors, different businesses collaborating together, to make sure that they can build that, we were talking about circular economy, so they can build that closed circle of services, product, and at the end, making people's lives easier and solving problems. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Omran, for sharing your growth mindset with us. And what you said actually resonates with what the Australian government and the UK government are trying to collaborate to do. Austrade is a government department in Australia which is looking to foster stronger relationships with businesses in the UK, entrepreneurs in the UK over in Australia. So Austrade could be an interesting resource for the Birmingham Enterprise Community. Yeah. And thank you so much for sharing with us, and best of luck with your plans this year.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you. And if you've just joined us, we had a very interesting discussion with Mr Omran Al Habbal, CEO of the Birmingham Enterprise Community, who says they have opportunities for startups and ideas to develop into full-scale tech businesses. So check out the Birmingham Enterprise Community if you have a chance, and the full interview will be available at YouTube via Kalkine Media. Keep watching Kalkine for more of the live expert talks and market updates. As we say, stay apprised and invest wise with Kalkine.